Okay, here is his Broadway Limited with a K63. I have been wanting one of these things for frickin' forever, but what are you gonna do? They're rare.
It's a Broadway Limited, and it's not a Broadway 500, just a Broadway Limited, but it's super rare nevertheless.
Where's the when's it from?
81.
Okay, so this is overstock.
Yeah.
Trim
I forget
pot.
the month, but I think it's in the latter half of 81, like September.
You see, there's the cardboard box. The trim pot is far from perfect, but
yeah, I adjusted it to the best of my ability, but I could not get it perfect, so it doesn't actually start until you're about halfway up.
that's as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah. The funny thing is that when I was buying this fan, it was part of a set of 4. This fan was lumped in with some off-brand thingy and 2 Hunter Coastal Breezes, and the guy was selling them as a lot of 4. So I message him. He says, "Yeah, come at like 5 o'clock on whatever day it was." I go, and when I get there, I got there like 10 minutes early. And so the guy shows up and he says, "Hey, so just so you're aware, I told like a bunch of other people that the fans would also be available, so like lucky you got here first." And I was like, "Okay." So I I start to load the fans. Of course, I go for the Broadway first. And this lady shows up who apparently also inquired about the fans. And she like really wanted the fans too, so she starts talking with the seller, and the seller comes to me and says, "Hey, would you mind giving up 2 of these fans for the lady to have?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Here, you can take Off-Brand and Coastal Breeze number 2, and I'll take Coastal Breeze number 1 in the Broadway." And she was like, "Okay, that works for me." So thankfully, I ended up with this thing.
Thank God there wasn't an argument about who gets this.
I know. I mean, seriously, if I showed up like 10 minutes later, I could have driven 2 hours for nothing.
I moved it a little too far, but oh well.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, for sure.
It's a very attractive fan. Most people don't like obscenely ornate things nowadays, but I personally do.
I mean, I don't mind the ornate, I just don't really like how the housing is taller than it is wider. Like, that kind of looks a little weird to me.
It's a chode. I mean, no. The chode is an opposite. My mistake. Why did I say that? All right. That's not quite full speed, but it's close to it.
Yeah, it's nearly there.
It really sucks about the switch housing.
I mean, I tightened it, and it doesn't do it that much. You just gotta be careful with it.
Maybe when I kind of rested my finger on the control, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, it kind of like, it needs to stay in balance. If you knock it out of balance, it'll start to vibrate.
Alright.
That's probably what it has to do with it.
Very, very audible 60 cycle hum on it.
Oh yeah, the K63s are noisy with that.
Alright, we'll bring it up to high, assuming it's close to it. Yeah, that's high. And as with most, if not all, K63s, it is wildly powerful. It is blowing a lot of air. It is moving some light bulbs on that counter.
Oh, God, let that fall.
Come on, focus. Okay. Alright, there's a Broadway Limited.
Casablanca Broadway Limited from 1981 with a K63.